Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to Piccadilly Stampin'. I'm Pamela Pick, and this is my husband, Bill Pick.
I'm here.
So we have... Oh, are you getting hooked on yet?
I'm still getting there.
Maybe I haven't even gotten live. Go down. Go down.
You're right here.
Okay.
There you are.
Okay, I am.
Hello. Hi.
Okay, can you see people coming in? Because you can tell them hello.
Jean Orwig's on. Hello, Jean.
Hi, Jean. We'll wait a few minutes just to see if everyone makes it in before we do the drawing. So it is Wednesday. I'm excited to be here. Today we're going to be working on a pop-up card. And we're going to be doing a drawing for last week's card that we made. So we made this fun little card. And this was, let me see if I have it here, from the online exclusive, the Horse and Sleigh bundle. So it comes with a set of dies.
Hello from Missouri.
This
Chris
is
Taylor.
Brand new, and it is just available. You're not going to find that in a catalog. It's just available online. And this was the little card that we made last week. I think it's kind of neat. Isn't that awesome?
Mm-hmm.
So you
I'm
get
Mary Jo
your
and
little...
Jackie and Cindy and...
Well, you're right. He's saying hello to everyone. You get this little scene with this instant DSP, which I absolutely love. But I also like wishing you a season of cheer. And then, you know, just adding the little flap on there was super easy to do. I love it when there's an easy card that looks really phenomenal. And I have two of them. And so how I usually start my shows is the last week's card that we made, we do a drawing if you share this video to your wall. So that's how you get in the drawing for the cards. So I'm going to give Bill just a moment. He's working on something. I put all the tickets in here.
Barb and, yeah.
Oh, okay. I put all the tickets. Am I straight on the camera, by the way?
You are.
Okay, good. In here that I get from YouTube and Facebook here. And if you have your securities locked down really tight, then it doesn't show me. So you do definitely need to send in the comments a couple of times that you shared. So, I've got them in here, and I just like to say that this was a record amount of shares, so you must have really liked this card. So, Bill, do you want to draw a couple of them for me?
I'll have Izzy help me.
Oh, you got her in your arms tonight?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. First one, Terry Harris.
All right, Terry. That name sounds familiar, but I'm just not placing it at the moment. Terry, will you be sure to send me a message here on Facebook with your address so that I can get you this card out into the mail?
And Lucy from Colorado.
Oh, Lucy Uhas. Woohoo! Lucy hasn't won in a while. So, Lucy, I have your number, and I will definitely get that to you. So, this was so much fun, you guys, from last week. I still love this a lot. There's a lot of other cards I want to make with this, but as is everything, there's only so much time in the day, right? So,
now,
let me put...
question.
Okay, go ahead.
When you say share to the wall, that's their Facebook page.
Yes, to their Facebook page. Share this to your Facebook page, and then your name will go into the drawing. Mm-hmm. So, okay. Should we keep going?
Sure.
Before I get started with the demonstration, I do want to just show you guys something. I got my kit. Did you see the new kit that came out? Well, I spent some time putting it together yesterday. And they're slimline, and they're cute as can be. I love them. There's a pattern on this. They've got matching envelopes. Look at, here's the other one. Aren't they adorable? I love it, and I love having the matching envelopes with it. So it's 8 cards, and I want to say it was $13. It was not bad for a couple of slimline envelopes, and it took me about a half an hour to put them all together. So I absolutely adore them. Okay, that's it. I just had to share, everyone. It's brand new. These are online exclusives, too. When they sell out, they're done. They're gone, just like the set that made this really neat card. So... Okay.
When they sold. they're gone.
That's right. When they're gone, they're gone. So tonight I want to make a pop-up card, and I'm going to do what I call my mashups. It's going to be one of my love notes and a mashup. So I'll explain it here. I use things from different sets in the catalog to make a card. So I'm going to use the stamp set Kindest Expressions for this Oh Happy Day. I love that. I love the font on that, and it seems happy. So as I'm speaking of happy, I'm going to stop because I cannot remember the name of this. So this was from my paper share. It does come in a 12 by 12, and it is like quadruple the pack. I mean, it's a big pack.
It's a big pack.
Let me see. And I had a delightfully eclectic 12 by 12. Now, if you participate in my paper shares, I package them in 6 by 12 and send them to you. But I wanted to use this because I think I love floral just altogether. I love anything floral. But I think daisies are so happy, and especially those. Have you seen those brightly colored Gerber daisies that they have?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't.
You could bring one home to me.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, all of a sudden he's got selective memory. So I wanted to use this piece of paper because I think it's very happy. It's got kind of a matching piece on the other side with kind of lemons and grapefruits on there. But I love this, and I think daisies are very happy, and so I definitely wanted to do that. Which brings me to the next thing. We have the Cheerful Daisy bundle. So this is a stamp set and a set of dies that you can get together and save 10% off. This is all stuff that's in our annual catalog. If you don't have a catalog and you need one and you're not working with any other demonstrator, let me know. I'd be happy to send you one. Sorry, just had to put that out there. But I'm not going to be using the stamp set for this one because I definitely want this sentiment with it. I am, however, going to be using some of the dies, and I'll show you which ones as we get going. And then the last thing from my mashup is the Nested Essential dies. So I'm going to be using the largest of the rounded edge. Now I have these kind of tucked in here. They're stitched. They have these banners. And then there's these rounded edged stitched dies that kind of, well, they're nested, so they fit inside each other. And then this shape that reminds me of the tailored tag punch that we had even as last year, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. So I'm just going to be using this large one because I wanted that label.
I think it was December when we cried.
Yeah, I think we cried about it in December because we lost that. But they did come out with some dies. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to get the stamp pack out here. And I've got some little things, so maybe I'll just take things. Maybe I'll just take some things as I need them. So let's...
What? You don't want to lose anything?
Why, that wouldn't be me, right?
Wouldn't be alive without it.
Hey! So I'm going to start with the DSP. Now this is cut at 6 by 12, but I am going to cut it down, and we're going to save some of the things that I cut from it. I want to cut this down to a 4 1/4 by, well, we'll start at 4 1/4 by 11, and this is cut at 12. So first off, we're just going to cut this. I better measure twice, cut once. There we go. Talking, my mouth running. So we're going to save this for another project.
It's from Australia, Zon. Hello.
And then I want to cut this down to 11. So I'm going to pull out, I love this trimmer, to 11 inches. So this is going to be like the card base, right? But we're going to save this. So don't get rid of this. This we'll use for another project, but that we're going to use on this project. I think the regulars are starting to... Oh, my blade just fell out. Here we go.
That ain't good.
Well, it comes out, actually. That's how you change them. So I'll just...
Falling out isn't good.
Well, I'll just use it as a teaching moment. You just put it right back in, like that. Easy peasy. That's how you change it. There's a little groove right down here, and it must have just hit just right on that groove.
Oh.
So, oh, you know what though? I'm used to it being after. I like my scoring one up there, so I'll reposition it here. There you go.
So cool.
Yep, kind of quick and easy, right? So this we're going to use. So what I love about this is how many of you out there, I really want you to, in the privacy of your own home, raise your hand if you tend to have a lot of excess designer series paper. Because if you're hoarding it, it's not making anybody happy, right? So don't hoard it. What I love about this is I'm going to use...
Tell the movers all that stuff you moved.
Hey, mister. Are you a part of this show? Because I can kick you out.
Oh, okay.
Someone's feeling good. He's getting his team up and running, so he's a little feisty tonight. Then I have a piece of Petal Pink. I had to think of the name of it. So we're going to pull this out. This card is so fun and so easy. You're going to be making these. And I'm going to cut this one. This was an 8.5 and 11. And I don't know what it is now. But we're going to cut it down to 4. Are they laughing at you?
Oh.
Okay.
Somebody asked about where the dies are, and somebody was answering it.
The dies, you can find those in the annual catalog. Yep.
65.
Oh, good. What page they're on.
Yep. And item number is
I love this group.
597.
I love you guys, especially all my Stampin' sisters that help everyone. That's so awesome. Now, so I cut this down to 4, and I'm going to cut it down to 4 by 10 and 3/4. Okay? So I'm going to say goodbye. You served your time here.
Goodbye.
Yep, I'm not saving. I save scraps until you get scraps built up all over the place. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold this one in half too. So we're going to start here. And then we're just going to burnish this down with our bone folder. So what this gives us is it gives us a piece of DSP and a cardstock that is going to actually go on the inside. Our DSP is going to be on the outside. And what I love about this, it's going to add some stability, but it gives a little 1/4-inch border around here so that you're able to see a little bit on the paper on the inside of the DSP, but it adds some stability to this. Okay, now that I've mentioned that, I guess I need this out another time. We're not quite done.
We're not quite done.
So if I have this at a 1/4-inch difference, I know that this is 4 inches, that 2 would be the middle, correct? So if I want a 1 inch in the middle, I'm going to go to 1.5 inch here on my trimming tool. And this is honestly the best little trimmer. And I want my blade up at the top. That I really do love our trimmer, and I love these. So here's the thing. Am I really good into
You're right in the center.
Okay. So I've got it at 1.5 over here. And on this edge, it has mine has the imperial measurements, so to 1 inch. And I'm going to take that cutter and I'm going to go down just to 1 inch. So I'm going to stand up here to make sure that I get that right. Okay, to 1 inch, and then back off. All right, and then I'm going to go to 2.5, so measure twice. And place that down. Keep my fingers on this to hold it. And I'm going to do the same thing to 1 inch. Because this is going to be where the pop-up is going to be in our card. So when I come up from this, now I can put this away. So now I've got, right in the center, I've got a little pop-up area, and it is a 1 inch thickness and 1 inch width, okay? The best way for me that I think is the easiest is to just fold this down one direction, turn it over, fold it the other direction, and I'm gonna press that down a little bit because this allows this to come back through already having that folded, and now we have an area for our pop-up on our card. Pretty
so cool.
You like that?
I do.
Did I teach you something?
You did.
All right. Now I usually make these with the other size card, with it like where the fold is on this way. So I wanted to do something just a little bit different here. Okay, now this is the inside of our card. And the way that I think is the easiest for me, be sure when you're doing this for your projects, if you have directional paper, you want to keep that in mind. If it's stripes, it's not so bad. But if you have flowers that you want facing up, they're not going to be facing up on the back. So keep that in mind when you're making cards like this. I chose a non-directional paper on purpose. The way that I find is I like to use the green glue. It gives me, this is the Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue. And this is my favorite because I have lived in some very humid places. And as of today, we've just found that Missouri can be humid too. And so I like to use something that is going to stand up to the humidity of the Midwest. So I'm going to place this in here, and I want to kind of look on the bottom end here so that I know that I'm getting it kind of even on here. And then I'm going to fold it over like this, quickly flipping that back up now that it's stuck, because you can see it's not even. So I did the best I could with everything in the way, and then there you have it. Now I can move that over slightly, a little more on the bottom. There we go. Before that actually adheres. And then on this side, same thing, but now it's already leveled up for you. So for those of you who are watching from Iowa, you understand the humidity.
Well, the corn's up here too.
Yeah. Or is Mary Jo on here? I know
Yep.
She's got to have it with all the corn over there in Wisconsin. Go Pack. Just saying. Got to add it in. Okay. So now we have our card base. And you could actually have it this direction or this direction. Just depends on however you want to. But we've got our card base done. So let's start there. We're almost done. Like, this is that easy. That was the hardest part now. The rest is going to be stamping and showing you what I use. So I cut out in the pumpkin pie, which is one of our brand new neutral colors. Goes very well with the petal pink and the crushed curry. And I got my colors just from the paper. I just added a neutral to it. I cut out 3 of these little spiny things, and I think they're really kind of nifty. And then I cut out this one die cut that has 1, 2, 3, and then some leaves on here. And I cut it out in the basic white. Now you can take the time to punch these out, or you can leave them in. And quite honestly, I'm leaving them in, and what falls out, falls out. This is just how I roll.
That's how she does it.
And then I have that one die cut, and you can see it's stitched, and it has the rounded edges, which I love.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Isn't that neat?
It is.
Okay. Oops, my thing's sliding. So let's start here. My colors are going to be crushed curry, and I'm going to just start off with stamping this image. And I should probably get a piece of extra scrap out here to do a test run and see where I'm at. Because normally I would stamp the image and then cut it out, but because of the time, so that you guys can go on with your life after my demonstration, I just do this. So let's see if I've got this. Oh, happy day. So if I have it about like that.
You said pumpkin pie?
Crushed curry.
Well, the other color. It's
Pecan pie.
pecan pie. Okay.
Pecan or pecan, depending on where you live. You guys have that discussion amongst yourself. I'm not going to fight it. I say it's pecan because it's spelled can right there. But, okay. Oh, now I kind of over-stamped that, so try not to rock it. I better stand up for this. You know, when I'm doing these things, I should probably have an extra on hand in case I screw it up.
Always the back side.
There's always the back side. He's right. Isn't he right? So, okay, so there's that. And then I think that's all the stamping I'm going to do on this. Lately, I've been doing less stamping than my normal. So this is a piece of 1 inch. So we've got kind of a 1 inch theme here, right? So a 1 inch crushed curry, which is what is in the middle of the daisies here. And I've got it by 4 1/4 so that it's just going to go right across here. Pretty easy on the card base. Just an added element. Here we go. Any questions or anything so far?
No. A bunch of people have shared.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wait till you see this. Okay. So we're going to just put that, kind of center, maybe a little lower. I tend to do that at times. Okay. Now for this, I want to center that right on there. You can see how this is building the layers up, right?
Yep.
And you could pop it if you wanted to. I think what I'm going to do is just not glue all the way to the edges and mostly in the middle because I'm going to put in a couple of these things around it. So lay this on here.
Hi, Deb Norman.
Hi, Deb. Happy anniversary. Okay, so got that on there. Now let's take a couple of these from the daisy dies and we're going to add them on with, or take your pick tool. And I think what I'm going to do is just kind of roll this one up, the little mini glue dot, and I'll stick it on here like so. And I'm going to just lift this up and put it back there. Now that's going to hold the edge down and that down. And I like to leave mine unglued because I think it gives a little movement. In fact, bend them. I think it's okay to bend them. And then I'll do the same thing. Let me roll it up. Might be a little quicker with my thumbnail there. And stick that in. And I'll do the same thing, kind of coming down here underneath, like so. All right. I just want to move that over just a little bit. There we go. And bend that up. They'll mail flat. And just so I'm saying, there is, while we're talking about mailing, because of this thickness in here, you may need to add on this card when we're done, you may need to add a extra 20 cents to mail it. Just saying, kind of up front. So.
That's after the stamp went up.
Yeah.
On Sunday.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to take this apart, right? So I'm going to clip these off. You can save them for another project if you want, and I may dig that back out. And I'm going to clip this one off because just because it's onto the die doesn't mean we have to use it. We use what we want. I'm a firm believer in that. I cut my stamps down. You own them, make them work for you. This one that has where I was over pressing there, I may trim that back so that that doesn't, do not use your snips. Use another pair of This is one that Stampin' Up! Had years back that was made for cutting rubber, because we used to have to cut our stamps apart back in the day. So cut them. I would just say when you're cutting them, cut them at an angle so that you're not cutting away too much of the rubber behind it, but you can cut them down so that they don't get that halo effect. And then what I want to do is I want to take another glue dot, and I'm going to bend this one just a little bit, and I'm going to stick this right. Let's take a look at this. Oh, wait. I'm getting ahead of myself. You're supposed to calm me down, Bill.
Yeah.
Okay, where did my sponge dauber go? Do you see it anywhere? Here it is.
Nope. Yep.
Okay, so
On your finger.
I'm going to take that crushed curry. Now, crushed curry is an intense yellow. I say that and I go intense so that you really listen up, because if you do this, you've got ba-boom right there.
Wow.
And I don't want that. I only dab that in once. I want soft, you see. So if you're going to dab it in, dab it off so that you get kind of soft. And I just want to go right in the center a few times. See how I'm doing? I'm kind of mimicking this. You can go around a little bit if you want, make it a little darker if you want, but I'm going for a soft look here. So, and I chose the dauber specifically. I mean, we do have the blending brushes. You could use...
the dauber gets on the spot.
Exactly. Bill had it right away. So
right.
Kind of gets to it. It makes it round. So it's kind of a nice choice. You get like 5 of these for $1, and it is so awesome. Now you could go around the edges. I don't want to do that. I'm really trying to keep this very much like that, so it's nice and soft. Okay, now I can put that away. And here's what you're left with, okay? So we're going to take, do you got to take that? Okay. He's got speaking of his drivers, he's got a call. So we're going to take this and we're going to use this as our pop-up on the inside. And look at how that color pops, just like that DSP did, right? It's just so soft and pretty. So I need to attach it onto here, but I need to have this attached to it first. So I'm going to put a glue dot back there and place this. I want it in a little bit more of an upright position. Again, if you want to, you can push out all of those. I kind of like some there, some not there. That's just personal choice. So now I want to adhere this on here, and I need to look at how I want this to kind of lay. And it looks like kind of lower than that. These 3 are going to be what will work the best. I like the mini glue dots. They are very sticky, so they are going to hold, and they fit into small areas. And I think this is what I said, maybe not. One more. Okay. So when I place this on here, I definitely want it to be able to adhere but flip, which means I need to kind of bend this. I don't know if you guys are going to see this very well. Here's my glue dots, and I want them to fit on here and hit. There we go. Perfect. So that picked it up very well, so that when I close it, it's going to open up and not smash those, you know. Did that make sense? I'm hoping that makes sense. Bill had to step out, so he can't check it for me or give me feedback if that made sense to you guys. But just put it made sense, and I'll have him read that later as I go on. He's got a driver that probably needs assistance. So you're going to need another piece of basic white. And this needs to be cut at 3 1/4 and 3 1/4. Now, when we had this leftover piece, I like to use them instead of throwing them. I want to put this on here because it's going to be on the inside. You've got an area, and this is light enough that you could write on it, but let's finish it off just a little bit more. So I'm going to cut this one down. Pick the piece, the side that you like the best, and I like this side the best, more of the daisy showing. So I'm going to cut this down to 3/4. It is 1 inch that was left over because this is the 1 inch that we took off of the 12-inch piece of paper to make our cover.
They love your card.
Isn't it cute? And I'm not even done, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and put it right on here. Do you see any comments from them that...
Beautiful card. Made sense.
It made sense. That's what I needed to know.
Makes
okay.
a lot of sense.
Okay, good. Sometimes, you know, I love teaching, but sometimes what's going on in my head, I may not communicate that the best, so I need feedback from time to time that you guys are understanding what's happening. Okay. Awesome sauce. Now, this is what I call my love notes. I told you it was a mashup using products from different sets, but this is what I call my love note. When you want to send a note, but you don't want a whole lot of space to have to write, and I love this because it's got the 1/4 inch border, the 1/4 inch border, the 1/4 inch border, and then I've got just that little area to write. Now you could come up if you wanted a bigger border on here, but I really want to keep that at that 1/4 inch border. So I'm going to add this on the inside. Did I tell you this was an easy pop-up card?
They love it.
What does this make you think? Now this is just one idea. This is just one idea. You could do a kid's card. They would love that. If you've got grandchildren, you could do a kid's card and have a little character pop up at them. What else, Bill? You could do
You took my suggestion with the kids card.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Put a frog in there.
A frog, yeah. Have a frog jump up. Wouldn't that be kind of cute? Okay, but this...
Or a squirrel.
Now, there you go. So, I want to show you these. Our colors all like the biggest thing that this company does is make stuff that coordinates with each other. Our cardstocks coordinate with our DSP. Our DSP coordinates with our ink colors. Our ink colors coordinate with our ribbon colors. And they all coordinate with our embellishments. So this is actually our 2023-2025 in color dots. And this works perfectly with the Cajun Craze, even though this is wild wheat. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, it is.
So, and I thought I was going to do this, but when I put it to it, this is a little, I told you I want to keep it kind of soft. I've got soft colors, even though I've got kind of a bright strip there. I've got kind of soft colors. So this to me was just not going to work. I went back to one of my all-time favorites. We've had the brushed brass butterflies for a few years, and I'll be sad when they go away because they do mail very flat. They are a thick. You can't like bend them. It's not like a sequin. They're actually a metal piece on here. And I'm going to bring my take your pick tool. And they're still just one of my favorites for when, and it went really well with the pecan pie and the crushed curry and the petal pink. So I'm going to use this. And I think what I'm going to do is we'll have one there. And maybe I'll have him flying the other way. And we'll have one down here for our embellishment. That was just personal choice. Those would work fine. It was just I was trying to go for a softer look. And for that matter, I mean, we could have, I think we have some other gold embellishments, and I think we have some, don't we have some... I don't know if those are kind of pewter and copper, and we have sequins, but I chose with the flowers, butterflies. So once you put it all together, it's not super duper thick, but if it's over 1/4 of an inch, and I try my hardest, and I don't think this is, but because it's such a nice card, I may not risk it. I may add 15-20 cents more to my card. This will fit right into an A2 card base. And then, you know, wow, isn't that cute?
Wow, they are.
It is so
Sharp.
neat. I love it. So I do have another one. Now, just like you saw at the beginning of this video, I for the cards that won the drawing for last week.
Oh, they're trying to see who's going to case it first.
Oh, good. I hope you do. That's the reason. That's what I want to hear more than anything. My whole thing is to make friends and to that like to craft and to teach a little. I just enjoy that very much. And if I can spread a little cheer in the world with some of my cards, I think that's awesome. So these will be in the drawing for next week if you share my video this week. So for those of you who need to stay around, I have a couple of announcements that you might be interested in. Let's see. I did post the new paper pumpkin. If you haven't seen it, it looks extremely awesome. And I think that they're kind of up in their game on paper pumpkin. So what this one says is it's full of sweet meaning. The forget-me-nots represent the loyalty and remind you of your favorite memories for those you care for. And the lotus blossom represents oncoming challenges and encouraging those around you. So this kit can create special paper crafts. Now, the kits are very similar to the one that I showed you at the beginning of the video, but this is like a mail subscription that comes every month to your mailbox. You can stop at any time, you can start at any time. But this one's a little bit different. It's going to have 8 cards, so 4 each of 2 designs. So there's just going to be the 2 designs, but it says on here free additional distinctive stamp set, and it looks like it's this water lily thing. The spot shot, it's going to have coordinating envelopes. The spot shot is a pretty peacock spot shot. So Stampin' shot, I guess is what they're called, which is a small little ink pad. I love those, especially great if you're traveling. Pre-cut paper in watercolor designs and enough adhesive to complete the project. I never use the adhesive that come in it. I'm like a firm believer in this green glue. So, but they did send in the project that I made. Look at this. They sent all of these dimensionals, and that's all I used for those 8 cards. So you get leftovers, which I think is pretty fun. So if you have not joined Paper Pumpkin, this might be a good month to do it. You can, I'll have a link in the description in this video. If you catch me later on YouTube, I'll have that link in there. The online exclusives, that is the stamp set that we used last week with this. I think this is, I think it's awesome. Now, online exclusives, when they're sold out, they're sold out. I am going to make a comment here. We sold out of the So Very Merry. We had the Vice President of Marketing talk to us. They are going to redo it. I don't know how many. I don't know when they'll be in stock. Stampin' Up! Makes the stamp sets, whether they're photopolymer or if they're the red rubber stamp sets. So the production of making them isn't the deal, but the people who make the graphics and our cases, sometimes we have to wait for those to come in before we can package those items. So I don't know when they're going to be in. They're looking at the 17th. When the trucking along will be back in. When these sell out, they're gone. I don't think they're restocking them. I think for sure on this one. I'm not so sure on that one. Online exclusives are made just to be in addition to our catalog. It's not supposed to ever take over our catalog, but it's just some releases extra. So if that's something you're interested in, this truck has the cutest little truck punch. Do I have that to show them? Right here. I haven't even opened this yet. This cute little truck punch, I think this is going to go very good. And I know for sure, even if they can make more stamp sets, when they run out of punches, they're probably going to be done with that one. I just have a feeling. Okay. And they are also going to bring back in the Timeless Charm, because I believe that one sold out very quickly also. So there's that announcement. You can find those by going to my online store, clicking Shop Now, and then just scroll down and it will say Online Exclusives on there, and that's how you find them. So they have their own little tab. My Summer Sampler Pack, this is through me, not Stampin' Up, but for every $80 that you spend, you can earn a sample pack of DSP. I have all different kinds in there. And then for every $100, so if you go another $20, you can get a package of embellishments. And I have all kinds of things for that too. It's kind of what
If they had 5, they can get 3 perks.
That's right. So what he's saying is, if you go to 105, you end up getting 3 of my Perks Rewards on top of it. So Perks Rewards is a program where if you use my host code, unless you're spending over 150, you just automatically qualify. But if you're using my host code, you get rewards, and I pay back a 10% payback, which is pretty good. I think. I mean, I've seen some other demonstrator plans, and I think I've got one of the better ones. It's every $35 that you purchase, you're automatically enrolled into my my perks plan. So the name Piccadilly has 10 letters in it. Once you get all 10, you get a $25 shopping spree on me, plus with whatever you want that is in our current catalogs, our current clearance rack. Plus you get the shipping and handling and what else? Tax. I pay for all of that on top of it. So it's buy 10, get 1 free kind of a thing. Yeah, so I think we covered 2 birds with 1 stone on that. However, I will say this. If you go to the $100 purchase, you can redeem 2 $5 coupons that you can use next month. So this is a Stampin' Up! Plan. For every $50 that you spend in the month of July, you can earn 10% back. And this is for all of you demonstrators too. So not only do you get your discount, but then you also get what the customer gets as far as a discount. So this is the month to buy, because then you can redeem those in August, which is awesome. And if you're interested in joining because you'd like those perks, let me just tell you, come August, we're going to get the release of the new catalog. We'll get to see it before the public does. So if you want more information on that, I will get that to you also. Just send me an email or a message here on Facebook, and I will return it as soon as possible. The last thing is last I had checked, and I did not check before we went live, they did a clearance rack refresh, and let me just say I was a little bit surprised at what they had on it. They had stamp sets and matching dies. They most generally never do that, so I'm not sure what the deal is, but this is the second time that they have done that. I don't know if there's been a policy change. That was not mentioned to us at leaders meeting, but there's some good deals on there.
Yes, there is.
So
well, once they're gone, they're gone.
Yes, that's right. So shop with me. I would sure appreciate it. It's how I can keep coming to you guys. Were there any questions that you saw?
Nope. They haven't been answered.
Okay. All right, you guys. Have a great week. I will see you right back here next week, 7 p.m. Central Time. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.